Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the collective. Collective, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link or my official Instagram, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. This is a reading just to take the temperature on what's going on right now in your life. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy, the brand new deck to my channel, 100 Divinations for Uncertain Days. It's the an Almanac of Birds by Maria Popova. She's an artist that a fellow artist turned me on to, and I saw this deck and I knew that I wanted to pull some of the cards from it for you. And then for your tarot reading today, a deck that I don't pull out very often, Tarot of the Divine. So the cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the collective. What is it, Spirit, that you need to tell the collective today? For the overall energy, thank you. So this is the image, the birds. I'm going to read to you what the text says. They're the Savannah bunting birds. Always view the same situation twice, once from far away, searching for the edges, and once very closely to see the finer texture. But most believe the view of your inner eye, for all sight suffers the artifices of the scene, while the inner eye is always taking in the depth of what is. So it's almost like this card is referencing the third eye, the intuition, the connection to spirit. It's also reminding me of the Hanged Man card, talking about looking at things from very elevated vantage point. So there could be something in your life right now that you know that you need to take a step away from. It's imperative that you do. Actually, Spirit just said it's imperative that you just take a step. You don't have to walk away from anything. Just take a step away from it for a moment, so that you can see things clearly, gather your thoughts. Spirit is showing me a situation where someone is trying to sway influence over you. Spirit just said the word manipulate. The issue that I have with that word is that I think that you know what's happening. Manipulate would suggest that you don't see what's happening, but I think that you do. You might be seeing that somebody is trying to manipulate you. They're not succeeding at it. But the very fact that they're trying suggests to me that you don't want to surround yourself with people who would even dare to do that to you. I think part of what's happening here is that you feel curious as to why. What is the motivation? Clearly, I have something that they want, that they envy, that they admire. Whether it's a physical thing, if it's influence, power, sway, I'm not sure. You see how in this image the text almost covers this other bird? It's almost like there's just a lot of, Spirit just said double speak, and you're trying to rise above the fray. It's like almost like there's a lot of people talking. I see a lot of things with my own eyes. At the same time, I need to consult the third eye, the inner vision, the intuition, the connection that I have with my higher self, to consult that higher self, to ask that higher self what really is right for me, what's the right move. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the tarot just to take a temperature on this message, what Spirit wants to say. I am not taking any reversals. Spirit has asked me to refrain from taking any reversals. This card came out when I was doing like a pre-shuffle, and it's my favorite card in any tarot deck. Number 3 of the major arcana, the Empress, Libra and Taurus energy. It's my favorite card because it represents the master attractor, and we'll get to that in 1 second. Let me pull the other 2. So the Empress wanted to come out. I mean, if anything, it just fills me with such reassurance that you know who you are. You're not confused about your identity. There's no one's causing you to call that into question. Perhaps it has to do with like a next move. An extra card came out. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to use it as part of the overall energy, the 10 of Coins or the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles speaks to abundance in all of its forms in the material world. Pentacles talks about earth element, the earth energy, what we can affect in the here and the now with our own actions and interactions with others. It's a very abundant card. In this card, it's very active, isn't it? There are 10 people, 10 entities in this card. I mean, the main top dog here. That's interesting. Top dog. Maybe you occupy a space of leadership or power, or that's how people are treating you. You might not necessarily feel that way. It's almost like people are looking to you as the authority figure. They may also be looking to you as the one who secures their future, secures their stability. Because I see this character kind of rubbing the shoulders of this one. It's almost as if to say, you've had a lot of weight on your shoulders. There's a lot of tension in your shoulders. You're trying to relax, but there's all of this kind of youthful activity around you. It's a very positive card in general. However, it's almost as if this abundance comes with a lot of responsibility. When you have abundance, then you have to maintain abundance. When you have abundance, you have to maintain abundance. I'm drawn to his outfit. I don't know why, the stripes. Like, his costuming, his outfit is very tailored. But because the pants come up so high, I don't like high pants. I don't like seeing ankles on anybody. Like, unless you're wearing like a skirt or shorts. It's like pants that can't decide what length they want to be. I don't like them. And Spirit knows that, right? It doesn't matter whether or not you like them or don't like them. Spirit is indicating to me that something is ill-fitting. So perhaps you've donned a responsibility that you're taking up, though. You're taking the mantle, but somehow it's ill-fitting. I'm seeing a scenario here where, and it's just an example, where there's some kind of like inheritance. Maybe you inherited a family business or something that belonged once to somebody else and then you took it over, but it's very ill-fitting. It doesn't suit you. It doesn't speak to you in a genuine way. It may yield a lot of abundance, but it's kind of like, at what cost? So Spirit is calling my attention to the emergency response vehicles, right? You know, it's like an hour went by, there was no sound, and then during your reading, the sirens are going off, right? It's a very important message. All sight suffers the artifices of the seen, while the inner eye is always taking in the depth of what is. It's like your third eye can look past all the walls and all the doublespeak and get to the heart of the matter. But whenever we do work with our third eye, at least for me, I have to be in a space of, I have to be locked in. Like, my third eye doesn't purposefully buzz unless, you know, Spirit is trying to warn me about something in the moment, or if I'm deep in meditation and I feel that buzzing and I feel that link with Spirit. There has to be a certain level of focus and concentration. And it's almost like Spirit is saying you have to kind of take yourself out of the fray to be able to listen and to see clearly. With the Empress starting out your reading, Spirit just wanted me to say Guadalupe. Is that the, like, My Lady of Guadalupe? I have no idea if that's true or what that is. I don't know if it's like a deity or a saint or like it's a religious figure. I think I'm even mixing it up, but Spirit wanted me to say Guadalupe. So it could be a place, it could be a person's name. Spirit wanted me to say that, like, really strongly. But anyway, so because the Empress is represented, she represents the power of all four queens of the tarot. But in this picture, she almost reminds me of like Mother Teresa or like the Holy Mother. I don't even know. I'm not even sure. But it's like it feels like very religious iconography. So there's a sense of, there's a sense of piety here, right? Hands clasped together in prayer. There's a piety, a very, a spiritual slant to the card. It feels very humbled. So Empress, the master attractor, a person so confident in themselves that they just naturally match the vibration of abundant things and attract those things to themselves. And so you could have been doing some major praying, manifesting, intention setting, right? Because this energy here, it's like a sun, it's a halo, it's an aura. There's all of this abundance around her. The Empress card is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal card to get, right? But Spirit is showing me that even though she's surrounded by flowers, it feels isolating. It's so, right? It's so opposite of this one. This is also an abundant card, but it's so different. Yes, she's surrounded by all these flowers, but they're all quiet. They're fragrant. They're beautiful. This feels like very chaotic to me. That's why, again, we're taking that step back. You know, in gratitude, always in gratitude. The Empress is very grateful, always in gratitude, but taking a step back to get a clearer picture on what is going on. Okay, because the next card that you have out is the Seven Wands, card of defensiveness. There is somebody that is trying to put you on the defense. Somebody or something or a concept or a life event, a world event. It's making you feel not Empress-like, right? Like you're trying to maintain this state And it's almost like, right, that interloper is trying to come in and distract you, kind of break through the barrier. This can be a card of blocking. They want to, I don't know if it's a matter of they want a piece of what you have. They want to know your secrets to success. Do you see here too, this kind of, because I don't interpret this as you. I interpret this as like from the other side. It's almost like this energy here has lost all of its depth, all of its power. Is somebody literally trying to steal your light? Let me get a clarifier for the Seven of Wands. Can I have a clarifier, please? Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a fast messenger, bringing authentic truth. It's almost like this is someone else coming in, right? This is kind of what's happening, and there's someone else kind of riding in on their fast horse, wanting to expose, because I see him like without a shirt on here, right? Wanting to expose. I don't know if this is a salacious scenario for you, or it's something that you're watching. Because let's use the example that I gave before. If it's like an inheritance situation, it's almost like the Empress is back here watching two brothers duking it out, right? I see two characters separate from you. One is like asking you a lot of questions or just in your business. And there's another one coming in that's saying, you know, I'm trying to shed light on what's going on here. This one is very trustworthy. Knight of Swords is trustworthy. So, urgent messages to try and explain why this individual is kind of coming at you. And I'm not saying it's like, I don't want to make you paranoid, right? But I do feel as though whoever I'm talking to is in the power position. Because you got these two cards, your Empress and Ten of Pentacles, that's a power position. That's an abundant energy in the tarot. And look at how calm she is, right? Like serene. In the midst of all this, serene. I want to ask Spirit what this character is after. What is that character after, Spirit? Yeah, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is, they call the Page of Swords sometimes the little spy of the tarot. They're inquisitive. They're asking questions. It's one of these situations, because Spirit just said, okay, let's not make people paranoid here, but it's one of these scenarios where, okay, now Spirit always gives me the song, but it's a good song to give. It's Bonnie Raitt, Let's Give Him Something to Talk About, right? People are talking about people. I hear the whispers, you won't believe it. They think we're lovers, left undercover. I feel so foolish, but they keep saying we laugh just a little too loud, stand just a little too close, stare just a little too long. Maybe they're seeing something we don't, darling, right? I'm sure I mixed up some of those. I'm not saying that this is necessarily related to you in like a love affair or anything like that, but it's the idea that people are talking. And, you know, if people are talking, there must be something to talk about. You must be making quite an impression upon people. I saw 2020 on my timer. You must be making quite an impression upon people for them to want to talk about you. Like, oddly, it's happened to me in a workplace scenario. And after a while, I was like, you know what? You can believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to fuel the fire of that. I'm here to work. But if you want to make up stories in your head, or if you want to ask me directly, either are fine. Also, it's one of these situations where you don't want to mess around with spiritual girlies, right? Or spiritual baddies. People who are spiritual are surrounded by protection. So you can talk all you want. You're not going to get very far. And somebody is asking a lot of questions about you. And you see how they're kind of on this, kind of the side of this hill here. They are also trying to get a certain perspective. See how far away they are from the, I don't know what you would call that. The palace. The palace where you are. See how far away they are from the palace? The palace where the Empress is. I don't know exactly what they want to know. I just know that they're asking questions. They're interested. They're putting little feelers out there with these little birds. Find out what the Empress is up to. I wouldn't feel threatened by this, to be honest with you. Spirit just said I would feel flattered. I don't know if I personally would go that far, but Spirit just, I heard that very clearly in my head. You're doing something that people are envying. You would not see it that way. You would not see anything that you're doing as something that other people should necessarily envy. You're just living your life. But when you live your life in an elevated place, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, with a certain level of maturity, people find it very intimidating. And maybe sometimes they want to chip away at that a little bit. And there's a part of you also that wants to try and understand. I have a friend, a very close friend. I've been telling her literally for decades, that people envy her. And she just doesn't understand it. She doesn't think that she's very accomplished. She's very beautiful. She's just the whole package. She's amazing. But there is nothing that she does, I think, that, like, in her heart of hearts, she thinks that people should envy. And I'm like, you're on the inside of you. You don't have the perspective. Right? So I think there's that kind of situation is going on here, and you're really just trying to take a bird's eye view and figure it out. Another 7 popped out for you. 7 of coins, 7 of pentacles. 7 of pentacles talks about investment. We've already invested so much into a situation. Do we want to continue to invest? We're at this kind of decision point. It's very interesting too. I'm looking at these flames, the shape of the flames. See how, like, just so beautifully they kind of, how shaped into almost like a triangle. This reminds me of the kind of flames atop of the the temples in Thailand, and probably other Southeast Southeast Asian countries as well. You'll see very decorative, perfect flames on top of rooftops. It's very symbolic, although I'm not sure. I mean, eternal flame. Oh, this is so interesting. I never noticed this before. I mean, this looks like it does have some, each of these cards in the Tarot Divine, like they reference cultural things. And I see this corn here, this maize, right? The bounty, growth and bounty. So Spirit is kind of, Spirit just said sustain and maintain. You're kind of asking yourself right now, is this sustainable? Can I keep going with this? I've already invested so much. I've already invested so much, and you're asking yourself that right now. Is it worth the trouble? Is it worth all the work that I put into it? What is this in reference to, Spirit? 2 cards came out. Wow, double 9. So you got double 7, double 9. The 9 of coins and the 9 of cups. This is spectacular. If I had to guess, make an educated tarot guess, I would say that whatever this is, you should keep going. 9 of coins is independent, entrepreneurial energy. 9 of cups is wish fulfillment, satisfaction, just absolutely blissfully happy. Like, look at these 2 characters here, just embracing, enjoying each other's company. It's beautiful. There's this like sisterhood or admiration here. I don't know if they're supposed to represent lovers or sisters or what, but I just see like womanhood, like a divine feminine aspect to this card. It's not necessarily about that, but this is how I am interpreting it. That there's could be brotherhood as well. It's just this camaraderie, this closeness. 9 of coins, really having made that investment and the investment paying off, yielding all of the crops, all of the growth, all of the abundance, and being able to take a moment to enjoy it. You are the center of someone's envy. I would not let it get to your head. I think you know who this person is. I think you're curious as to why. You don't get it. You're just kind of just living a humble life. You're vibing high. You're emitting an inner light. People want to be around you. It can be taxing at times. I can tell. I can feel it. But people are attracted to you. They want to be around you. But there's somebody in particular that wants to know your secret. I think somebody is going to come in to give you some insight. Let's get a card of advice from Spirit to close the reading. This is for the collective. Card of advice, please, Spirit. There you go. 2 cards came out. This is your cards of advice. Ace of Cups, King of Cups. Jeez. Damn. Ace of Cups, brand new beginnings in love and friendship, abundant in your heart chakra. Things that you love will find you. things that you love to do, opportunities that allow you to not just experience love in a personal way, but also to then share that love with others. King of Cups, Scorpio energy here. Like, really embodying an emotional maturity. Whoever this is not affecting you in a way that is detrimental. I mean, they might be in your periphery, just kind of like, why are you so needy or curious? Or I don't get it. But Spirit does have a little bit of caution, because people like that kind of green with envy. They might want to take some of your light. They can try, but it won't work. You're too bright. You're too bright for it. And the thing about the Empress card is that she shares her abundance with others. So Spirit will continue to favor you because you favor others. You help others. You share with others. The Ace of Cups is this cup that just fills up and fills up and fills up. You never have to worry about it running out. And you have enough maturity to discern who to give that abundance to, because then it just returns back to you. And that's not why you do it, but that's what happens in a place of equilibrium. So that's your reading, collective. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings.